Good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day. I am Michael Carls and we are back in class, and I'm actually coming to you live from Coachella Valley High School. Yes, I am here with our big interview for the day. Top 10 in the state in passing, quarterback, sophomore, Donnie Fitzgerald, who is so kind enough to join us today. We're going to talk shop. We're going to talk football. We're talking everything with him. I want to get inside this young quarterback's mind and see how it works, what makes him tick. And being a Valley quarterback myself, it's so fun to be able to sit down with the young guys and see what they do and how they play the game. And today, it being a special show, we are going to get right into it as quickly as we can. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take a break, and then when we come back, we are going to kick it over to our hot mic segment where we're going to break down plays, and then we're going to get into the interview with Donnie Fitzgerald. So we're going to take this quick recess, and this is Clahs. And we are back in class. I am Michael Carls, and this is some hot mic over here. Before we get to our interview with Donnie Fitzgerald, quarterback of Coachella Valley High School, we are going to go over a few plays from last season of Donnie's. And just to give you a quick overview of what we're looking at, what we're talking about, with the run and shoot, and what makes him so successful in his offense, and how he's able to put up so many yards and points. Okay, so we're going to first take a look here. We have Indio versus Coachella over here. We have trips formation. And so as you can see, we can already tell from the defense, we have 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3. And then backside 1 and 2. Okay, so what we're looking at here is we're looking at a cover 0. This looks like it's man across the board. Okay, so from Donnie, we're going to see a switch release by his receivers here, and he's going to take a peek at what this guy right here is going to do, and that's going to determine what type of throw is he going to make here. Okay, are these guys going to stay on the same, or are they going to bracket? Okay, are they going to just take the guy that goes with them, right? So let's take a look here and see what the defense does first before we get back to the quarterback. Okay, so that you see the switch, and from the screen, boom. Okay, so we see that the dude with the white sleeves was coming down. Okay, so they were manned up, and they did not bracket, right? So as soon as he knows that this guy is going to come down on number 2, he knows he has his guy beating his man right over the top, right? And what Donnie does a great job of with his drop and with his feet and his eyes is that he looks to the backside over here to make these guys all freeze and move, right? And then so as soon as he comes back to balance, moves the pocket, and now he knows he's got his guy wide open downfield. It's great stuff right there. Great vision and great movement in the pocket, coming to balance, moving our feet. I like this. Gets set up and makes a nice throw. That's good stuff. Here we have on our next play, this is a good one right here too. This is huge for eyes and the position of the throw and making sure that we have that window open. Okay, so Another look that we're going to get here, okay, is we can see as soon as this linebacker runs over, we're going to be thinking that this is man here, okay? We're going to be thinking that this is man, and these two guys are our free safeties here, okay? So we're going to have another switch here by our two outside receivers here, okay? And Donnie is going to do a great job of creating the window to make that throw. Okay, and so as we look at this, okay, we want to look at this safety right here, okay? This is the guy that can mess it up on this side, and this is the guy that can mess it up on this side, right? So by the release and by the route, this guy is already going to be taken care of because this receiver is either A, going to beat him across his face, or B, beat him over the top, okay? Now what Donnie has to do is take care of this guy, because if this guy starts running into the middle of the field, now we're in trouble. Okay, so he does a great job of, and you can see his eyes and his head and everything already, looking to the left here, surveying the field, and then being able to move, set up, and come back and make the throw down the middle of the field here. Boom, moves, see, boom. Feet, everything moves. He knows he has him already. It's over. It's too late. He's already lost. Continue. And there's the throw. Okay. Good stuff. This is awesome stuff right here. So what I would like to see, he's open. He's open. He's open. He's open. And then now he makes the throw, right? So one of the things as a young quarterback that's difficult to do is to anticipate your throws and to throw guys open, right? And that means we're throwing, anticipating that the guy is going to come open into the window that we have, which he does, right? And if we're being nitpicky a little bit, because this is excellent and he's wide open here, and it's a good job with my eyes and my feet and making sure that I keep everybody on this side of the field for me, I'd like to get ready to throw this a little sooner. Okay, but he does a great job of setting up his feet, getting right into the vision of where he needs to throw, and making a great throw. Boom. Don't drop that thing. Let's take a look at it from the side view here. Okay, so let's count the numbers we have on the field. Okay, so when the snap happens, okay, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. I guess you can count this guy 4 versus our 1, 2, 3. On this side, we have 1, 2, 3 versus our 1 and 2. Okay, because the back is going to be going to the left side. Excuse me. So based on our numbers, we would like to work to this side of the field just because it gives us a better opportunity. Now, to make sure that we don't have any extra guys moving over to that side of the field, we want to use our eyes and our body to adjust and read and keep these guys moving this way. Okay, so he does a great job on the drop. Look, see, so as a quarterback, okay, when you take the back, he's taking a drop straight back. That's very uncommon in this day and age for quarterback play. But what this does is for him, especially with his eyes, when he looks left, it looks like he's ready to throw here, right? His body and everything is aiming to the left, and it looks like he is ready to throw, right? So as a defender, I need to be ready if he's going to throw this thing. And now I don't know if he's waiting for this guy to come back, or it's a guy coming across the field this way, or it's the back coming out of the backfield this way, right? So with his eyes and his body and that drop, it helps him keep those guys and keep them on that side of the field so he can make his post throw back. Boom. And now we see my man here is flat-footed bad, right? If I'm even, I'm leaving. Let's take a look. Boom. Has no idea number one's running behind him. Okay. Has the corner on his back. This guy's flat-footed running here. He doesn't know where he's looking. There, back, other way. Boom. And it's too late. Great throw. Great feet. Great eyes. Way to set up, come to balance, and make a good throw. Okay. This next one here, this one is it's showing a picture changing and the quarterback not being too worried about everything, being relaxed and going through his reads and getting to his check down, right? So as a quarterback here, I would be looking and thinking the same thing. If I have one here to one here to one to my back here, in the middle, one here and one here, I would assume it's something like a cover one, right? Looks to be like a cover one or a cover three, something to that effect, okay? So if I'm the quarterback, and he does a great job of this also, I'm gonna be reading this defender right here, okay? If this guy comes to the flat, I'm gonna pump the seam behind him, okay? If he stays and carries my seam route going up, then I'm gonna pump the out coming out here, okay? So we're going to take a look here, and boom. So the picture changes, right? This guy doesn't carry the seam. He's coming out to the out, and now this Mike linebacker is running to the seam going this way, right? Okay, so as a quarterback, let's look and see his eyes, okay? He looks, doesn't like it. So he's going to come back, work back, move the pocket, move his feet, get everything moving in the direction that he's going to be throwing, not towards the sidelines, and he makes a nice, easy check down throw with these guys moving all back, right? This is good stuff right here, okay? So it's not being worried about what I see and not getting too anxious and getting worked up. Just relax, okay? I don't like it. Boom, move the pocket. That guy's rushing, and I'm just going to pick up my nice easy check down, and look, he does most of the work for me. And that's key for young quarterbacks to remember when we're checking down the ball. Just because we threw it 3 yards doesn't mean the guy's not going to get 30, okay? So give your guy a chance, check the ball down, get it out efficiently, and boom, we're picking up first downs. Here's a side angle of that, okay? So we have the safety that we saw in the middle of the field. He's not even in the picture here, all right? So if I'm going to throw this seam, we're going to try to throw it into this window here, right? We want to throw it in right before we get to that safety, okay? The only problem is that if we don't widen enough on our seam, this linebacker here can carry it, and that's a tough throw, and that's shaky, and we don't want to do that, which is fine. Boom, we can just come back, work back to our switch, and get our check down, and we pick up the first down. It's an excellent job. This one is, for this one, okay, so this is good stuff right here. And we're going to be, red zone is where it gets most difficult for quarterbacks, right? So for this play right here, we have him coming in on the switch and him coming out on the wheel here, right? Okay, so we're looking to see what guy in this picture here is going to mess it up the most for us, right? And to me, if I have this concept here with his butt facing the sidelines and I have my post here and I'm going to take care of these with my eyes, I got to worry about what this guy is doing, okay? If he carries my post, well then fine. I got my guy coming out on the wheel that I can hit with all of this open space. If he gets depth here, fine. I can throw my post right down the seam right here, right? So let's take a look here and see what happens with the corner. Boom. So he's already moving inside. So as a quarterback, and he's got his eyes over there, he's already moving inside. I'm already thinking wheel coming out, right? I'm already thinking wheel coming out. There's no way this linebacker can stick with my guy. Takes a bad angle at it, not ready for it, and he just runs right by him. And this is good. This is actually really good timing. Let's see the feet. 1, 2, 3. Hitch, boom. That's good timing right there. That's excellent stuff. Gives his guy plenty of time. Get his feet down in the end zone. Great stuff with the eyes. Boom. In rhythm. That's, I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. Keep watching this. Boom. Great stem by the receiver here too. This is good stuff. To get that corner, watch. He stems up. That corner comes right down on him even more. That's good stuff. Boom. Touchdown. Boom. Let's see. Play 26. All right. So this is moving around, moving in the pocket, being able to buy some time and going through your reads and finding your guy, right? Okay, so we're going to see that the guy that actually is going to be making this catch, even though it's on the right side of the field, it's going to be ending up this guy down here on the left, okay? And so what we see from the quarterback here is, all right, initially when he's in the pocket here, okay, he knows that this guy cannot get over the top of that defender anymore. Okay, so what the receiver is going to do is he's going to flatten out and start running with him as soon as he breaks the pocket here. That allows him to go through his reads here, boom, and find him. That's good stuff. Moving in the pocket it's tough, man. That is tough. Sets up. Doesn't matter about the guy on his back trying to make the hit. Boom. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And from the quarterback position, right? It's not always necessary about being able to yes, we want to be able to make throws from the pocket, but it also helps to be able to move, even though he is not pressured. Look at this space that is created out here. So now as soon as he gets out of the pocket, these guys' eyes here, everyone has to react. Everyone is looking, okay, the quarterback moved. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? Right? So this guy's coming up already. He's coming up. This guy's running here. Has no idea about this guy running behind him, right? So that's another thing, that when we move the pocket and we're able to get out and make throws from outside the pocket there, it helps open up some other things. And we'll see that from this angle here too, this end zone angle. Good job of stemming, right? Okay, so he gets to the top here. He knows he can't get over the top and get open here, so he's going to come down, boom, and come across. Donnie rolls out, sees him, and finds him. And we still end up with the touchdown. That's what's an excellent job about that. If guys are doing their jobs and not worried about making the selfish play, we still end up with the right result. I want to see this guy right here. This guy does a great job. He's taking two guys with him. That's from like a run and shoot, and from an offensive standpoint, that we love that. Selfless routes, okay? By you taking up two, you might have opened it up for someone else, right? So it's always running your route and not always worrying about getting open for yourself. It's helping getting the whole team open. 7. This one I wanted to look at because the receiver over here, and I believe it's on this side, the receiver over here opens it up for everyone here on this throw. And this is great rhythm and timing. What a ball he throws on this one. This is good stuff. But look at all the space that's created here. Okay. So let's see. Let's do the back angle here. Okay. Much better. So right off the jump, as the quarterback, we're going to count. Let's say 1, 2, 3. This looks like 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I have one more down there. Okay. There should be 11. Always 11 guys on the field. Okay. But to me, I don't see anybody else out here besides the referee, right? Okay. So I have a lot of space to make this throw. Now, what helps create more space and for the quarterback to be able to make this throw over here and lead him away from all of that trouble is this MOR right here. This outside release by this guy helps turn this corner and make him run with him, and now he has no idea what's going on over here. Okay, and it looks like it's 0-2, so with the man that helps even more. Boom, switch. If I'm even, I'm leaving. He's already ready to throw, cocked, ready to go, and he has all of this space here to throw that ball. Now it would be a more difficult catch if he tries to lead him more inside here because of the defender playing on the inside of him. But since he's able to throw him away from that defender, makes it that much easier of a play. Good throw, outside, right on him, and it's a touchdown. And look at your guy over here. Almost halfway out of bounds, but creates all of that space. That's good stuff. Strike up the band. Boom. This one here, now this is a young quarterback getting a little greedy because I know what he's trying to do. Okay, I know what he's trying to do. So we're looking at this guy right here. Okay, this is my guy that I'm trying to read right now. So if he's coming up, I'm going to pump that throw right behind him over here, right? He stays, okay? So as a young quarterback, we want to pump this. Take this right away. Take it, right? We want to take that easy completion, okay? So he gets kind of stuck looking for something, but doesn't get too excited, doesn't worry, doesn't do any of the things, doesn't try to run out of the pocket and buy time. He trusts his progression, trusts his reads, and hits his next throw right behind him. This is good pocket presence, good awareness, not to get out of yourself and not trying to scramble and run. He just keeps shuffling his feet and finds his right read. That's good stuff right there. Boom. Because I was thinking too, yeah, this guy playing off, if this guy comes up, yeah, I'll throw this right here. That looks like an easy first down for me. But since he stayed, and I didn't throw this as soon as I should have, now this guy can come back up and rally, but I have my read coming across this way that I can complete that football to. Boom. Great job picking up the first downs. And this is the same one. Boom. Alrighty, and this is going to be our last play here. Boom. And this is a good job again of you have your breaks and not being, if you can't get over the top, boom, he's going to come right around this guy, and look at, he doesn't mess around, okay? As soon as he gets past that linebacker and that under coverage, he's open, ready for that football, finding a window and making himself present for that quarterback. And this is good stuff. Look at the arms. Look at the body language. Quarterback is looking here. He's reading, sifting through it. He knows what he's got coming around this way. He knows this guy's in the middle of the field, and it's all in rhythm, on time. That's what helps right here. Boom, stays in the pocket. That's tough. For especially with hands and arms going all the way, and you're standing in that pocket for so long. Look at this guy's almost coming through. It's easy for a quarterback. Look at this guy's almost here too. It's easy for him to just try to roll out and run away and not get touched, right? So he has to really trust his eyes, his arms, and his throw to be able to stand in there and make those plays. That is not easy to do at all. That is not easy to do. Let's see the back angle of this. Okay. He takes his drop, looking left, knows he has his break because he's not going to be able to get over the top of him. And look, he's already waiting for the window here. Boom, now throw it. Just still all right. We're still on time, but that's the anticipation, right? Just throwing it a little quicker. But that, I mean, you can't get any better than that. It's on time, in rhythm, and the guy's catching it and running with the ball. That's great stuff. And that's stuff that you can expect to see more of from Donnie. And the progression that I would love to see from him is being able to take what the defense gives him with those short plays and the checkdowns, and being able to hit that first read right away, because once that happens, now the defense is going to start to tighten up, and now he'll be able to take all of those deep passes as many times as he wants in a game, because that defense is going to be so worried about that read that we've been completing the entire time. And the biggest thing, too, for him is the anticipation and quickening up the feet. This is still good stuff. The pocket presence in the pocket, not getting rattled. I mean, you can keep watching this all day. As a young quarterback, that is just so tough. And it's so exciting to see those types of things from a quarterback that's already thrown for 50-something touchdowns and 4,000 yards, and he still can improve on those things. But having that kind of foundation is unbelievable, and it's going to be exciting to see what Donnie thinks when we sit down with him. And so that is our hot mic segment with our checking out these plays from Donnie Fitzgerald. And when we come back, we're going to actually be sitting down with him.
sell them for more.
And we are back. I'm here with quarterback Donnie Fitzgerald. Donnie, thank you for sitting down with me, talking with me. First thing I have to get off my chest here. 413 yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
What? That's like video game stuff. Like, how does that feel when you hear the numbers that you've put up and it being your first year of varsity? What does that feel like?
It feels good. I've been doing it since 8th grade, been running this offense since 8th grade, so the numbers have been high. Really, a game under 400 is a bad game to me.
Right? See, and that's crazy to think about, but the offense, when you said the offense, right, we're talking about the run and shoot, right? And so when you first were introduced to the run and shoot, what did you think?
I thought it was a lot at first, like so many choice routes. I didn't think I was going to, like, get it all down, especially in 1 year, like, do it for a full season. But it's actually really easy, the concepts. Like, you just sit down and study for a while. And
right, like, once you understand it, and then you know, like, what's coming basically every single time. And so, and how long have you been playing football? So from 8th grade, yes, but, like, you played before that, right? Before?
Yeah.
So the offenses you played in before are completely different than the run and shoot. And that being so, do you think that this is where football is going, the run and shoot?
For sure is where football is going.
It has to, right? Yeah. Because it's so easy to just be able to put up these many yards, and once you get the concepts, and it's giving the quarterback the choice, right?
Yeah.
And so when you're on the field and you have all of these guys that they have to make their choices and they have to understand what's going on too. How do you develop that chemistry?
It's just every day at practice, working on the same routes. Sometimes we'll even just do one route all of practice and just working on their different breaks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And so when you're building that chemistry with the guys, are you able to, when you're in the game, you have a certain play called, you're thinking, oh, this my guy on this one, I know he's going to win, so I'm going to set him up and open stuff up.
Yeah, I usually know, like, what's going to work pre-snap. Sometimes I'll have to do, like, a post-snap read, but I usually know pre-snap when and where stuff is going to be open. Right.
So, and we were talking earlier, the first person that actually sat down and taught me the run and shoot, the very first time I ever opened a book and sat down was actually Coach Davis.
Oh, really?
We were sitting in the Desert Princess, and he taught me all these things. Now, when I first was there, I was just backup, and I was playing receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And now playing receiver helped me understand, like, the breaks and, like, when the guy is going to break down and stuff. And you were saying last year you played receiver.
Yeah.
How did that help you playing quarterback now?
It helped a lot. Knowing when I break, especially that Y position that I played last year, I know that one really well playing quarterback, and playing quarterback all of freshman and JV before I played receiver. I knew what Mondo would want me to do, what kind of routes, like breaks. So there was a chemistry between me and Mondo too when I played receiver.
Right. And then so you also had chemistry with another receiver, your brother, right, this year, and you guys, lit it up.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like throwing touchdowns to your brother?
Since I've played quarterback, I was in sixth grade. I never really got to play with Angelo. I played with him 7-on-7, 8th grade. And last year was our first official football season together.
Wow.
But we always played 7-on-7 together, and that was a lot of fun. So we've always played together. I've always thrown to him, even in the street, like Matthew and Angelo. I've never got to throw in a game to Matthew, but Angelo, that was fun this year.
Right, and it's like, it makes it real when it's, you have, like, the pictures and stuff that you'll remember forever of being able to do that. And you guys, you were also able to play with Matthew. All three of you guys were able to play together. How special is that?
It's like words can't really explain what that felt like.
Right.
It was a fun game. We all scored in the same game, all playing different positions. Angelo played receiver. He got moved to running back. Matthew played running back, got moved to receiver. I played quarterback, had to come up and play receiver. So it was a fun experience.
And I'm sure Dad loved it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
that was more of a moment for him than for anyone.
Yeah.
And so, out of all three of you guys, and you being the youngest of them, what have you learned from each that you use now?
From Matthew, learned to slow the game down. Let game goes at my pace.
Mm-hmm.
To stay humble, and Angelo's just he's a crazy player.
So you're like, and I totally agree. I think Matthew is the one that quiets the storm when things are going chaos around, and he's able to just, okay, like let's just relax and get everything going. While I think Angelo is more of a let's go. Like I'm like taking the top off. I'm ready. Like throw me the rock. Like I'm ready. And so when you have that kind of yin and yang, and you're able to own that and hold that in as the quarterback, and you let that out through your play, I mean, you get 54 touchdowns and 6 picks and 413 yards a game. That's unbelievable to do. And now doing all of that, there's still, watching some of the film, there's still room for improvement.
Yeah.
And what I would say, what is one thing that you would want to improve on?
Checking down, throwing to my first read to our running back.
Not being I know what you're saying, because there's one time I did see on one of the plays you have like the flat defender, and he plays like kind of like in between, but you're trying to pump the out behind him or whatever it is behind him. But yes, being able to take that right away, being able to trust what you see and getting rid of it, and not holding it for a little bit and then now he's open, I got it right. What is one thing that you do well that separates you from other quarterbacks?
I think I have like a certain chemistry with each of my receivers that other quarterbacks don't really have. They're just throwing certain routes,
right?
Being told where to throw. So
when you go to different camps, and you normally have to like bring your guys with you, or you play like 7-on-7 with your guys, and you can tell what guys are truly friends and hang out with their receivers and they're actually like connected versus guys that are, I'm just the quarterback at my school and these are my receivers and I'm just good and they're good and we don't really, we're just playing together, right? And so I think that's huge for not only scoring points, but that's huge for winning games. That's how you get rings. That's championships. When you have guys that are willing to throw their bodies out to make plays for you and you vice versa for them, that's huge. And I mean that segues like right into, I was going to say, what's your leadership like, but being a leader, being a quarterback, you're already thrusted into a leadership role. You already have to be a leader. So how, when you have to not replace, but you're the next man up, when a senior graduates or the next guy graduates, right? What do you do to help solidify yourself as a leader? Is it by your actions? Are you a rah-rah guy? Are you a talker? Or are you just, I'm here to come work, you guys watch me work, and we're all going to work together?
Yeah, I'm not really a rah-rah type of guy. I'm more of a, like, here to come work. Let's all work together. Let's go and get, what we need to get done. Right.
So... And that's huge for a team to, when you have a leader that's not just all talk and yap, and he can just quietly come in, do his work, get it all done, and then that says more to guys that aren't talkers either on the team, because no matter what, it's weird to think everybody is watching you. They really are. So if you slip up a bit, then they're going to slip up, right? Or if you're going to just go half on a rep or on a lift, or you're not going to take it serious, well, then they think they can't take it serious, right? So, you want guys that can get guys going and get on them if they're being turds and stuff like that, but being a guy that comes in and can lead by example, that's huge from a quarterback position. What would be your next goal? You have all these touchdowns, all these yards. What's next?
Going farther in the playoffs. Try to get a ring.
And what do you think you have to do that?
I have to be better at running the system. I know the numbers show that I ran the system well
Right.
and had this great season, but there's a lot of improvements that I have to make myself. Me and Coach Davis together,
Right.
me and teammates.
Well, and it's like in the NFL, right? You have, I mean, Patrick Mahomes put up those dumb yards, and then, Tom Brady does what he does, but it always ultimately comes down to that one drive at the end, or, that one pass here or there that could have made the difference, right? And it's tough to be able to, even in like games where you're just in shootouts and it's you're putting up points all over the place, and you're like, man, I just need one stop and we'll be good, right? But it's being able to just, no matter what, can't let your teammates see, well, dang, like you can never have like your head down and worried, because then they're going to be worried, and it's always, I got to just keep going and doing my thing and doing my thing and doing my thing, and that's huge. What is something that on the football field that makes you calm, or that makes you excited to be playing, and that nothing else matters? Like, what is that little, it's like almost like a feeling of like, you're just so happy that this just happened. Like, for me, it's, throwing touchdowns are awesome, but if I run someone over, I am so hyped, like it's not even funny. One, because like quarterbacks don't do that, and two, it's like when you get someone, you don't even feel it, and it's just unbelievable. What's the play for you that's like that?
That's probably mine too.
Right. Just
I know Davis doesn't like me running, but when I get my one run in and I get to hit somebody and I just run them over, it's like a great feeling.
Right.
Like you were saying, like you don't even feel it. Like it's just like, wow. And then the whole crowd goes wild.
Right. And then it's funny when, and I know coaches, all my coaches always all told me that, man, just get out of bounds, get down, don't run. But what's funny about that is when the other players on your team see you doing those types of things and like lowering your shoulder for the touchdown or whatever the case is, a time and a place. I wouldn't want to do it game one right in first quarter. I'm going to run someone over. But like, my teammates need to know that I'm not going to just back down when the chips are on the line. Like, it doesn't matter. If we need this touchdown, I need to go get it for us, right? So yes, save, protect yourself and all that, but just, remember, I mean, we're football players too, man. So when it's time to go, it's time to go. What is, let's see, couple other questions here. Now, so we were talking run and shoot, right? What is one thing that you could say to June Jones or Mouse Davis that you would like them to know about the run and shoot? Or what's something that, if you could say anything about it, what would you want them to know?
Thank you for coming up with it.
Right?
Yeah.
June and Mouse, I really didn't know much about either one, right? And I grew up watching Colt Brennan at Hawaii, and I didn't know that that was the run and shoot and all of that. I just was like, my gosh, this guy's putting up dumb numbers. This is ridiculous. And then being able to like understand where it all comes from, and it's like almost like a family rather than just like an offense. So to them, to Mouse and June, when they see like a young quarterback like you thriving in something like that, it's unbelievable to them. Like that means the system is still strong, and it's gonna keep going, and it's gonna keep living on like they want. And so just by being able to play in that type of offense is exciting in itself. And all the people, or all the quarterbacks before all of us, right? Like Warren Moon and Jim Kelly and June when he was at Atlanta, and Jeff George and all of those guys, right? It's unbelievable to hear all those names that were playing in the same offense that you are, and you're running the same exact plays. And I think that's what makes the run and shoot so cool to me. Last question. What would you say that if there's something that we need to look forward next year, what would it be? What is something that we can look forward to from the football team and you?
Something to look forward for next year.
More touchdowns?
More touchdowns, more yards, more completions for sure. The checkdowns or touchdowns.
Checkdowns or touchdowns. I like it.
Yeah.
What kind of team do you think you guys are? You guys are hard-nosed team, you guys speed, are you guys finesse? What do you, if you wanted
a finesse and speed type team?
And you want to just go, right?
Go
and nobody can stick with us. Nobody, right?
Yeah.
Try it, right? Try it if you want it.
Try to get them tired in the first quarter,
right?
Call a timeout right away.
And going no huddle, right? Yeah. That's what I was going to say that's what we love when you go on the first drive and you're going fast and they're like, oh, I'm not even ready for this, right?
That's when we
I love it. Donnie, I've been excited to be able to talk to you and sit down because being a quarterback from the Valley and always wanting a quarterback to be able to throw like you are and like how this is, nobody's ever done what you've already done, and it's tough to it's tough for guys that are older and have done it and back in my day I was the best in this, but just understand that all of the guys that have played before, we appreciate what you're doing, and that being as humble as you are and being such a good kid about it, we enjoy that you're being a face of the Valley and helping grow this, and I just can't wait to see what more is going to come and how you're going to grow as not as just a quarterback but as a football player too, right? Yeah. Because you still have all this time to grow, and now just doing all of the things that you've been doing in the off season, where the standard is, and know where you got to get to if you want to go where you want to go, right?
For sure.
So from me to you, from a guy that's been there to you're doing it now, stick to it. Don't let anything else get in your way. You can do it. You can do it for real. And do it for not just your school, your family, everyone, the whole Valley. We all support you, man. Thank you so much. And we're actually going to get on the board in a little bit, but we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to get on the board here with Donnie, and he's going to drop some plays. And we are back here with a little hot mic. We're going to get on the board here a little bit. And we have quarterback Donnie Fitzgerald of Coachella Valley High School. And we're going to talk about a little bit run and shoot and test his knowledge a little bit. First thing I want to see from you is a cover 3 beater. Good. So trips right. Boom. Good. All right, so now I'm guessing we're going to be checking. We're going to be looking over here, right? So if we got a D, let's put up the defense and like let's just really break it down, right? So I have thirds, right? And then it would be the flat defender, backer, and then maybe one more safety, right? So we're looking at this guy going into the flats, right? So say we're working this side, right? If my flat defender gets depth up, where am I going with it? Boom, hitting the running back right away, right? If the corner stays on this and now he's running here, now where am I looking? Boom, right? We're hitting this one right here, right? Yep. So we're always putting that one guy in a bind, right? We're always looking for that one conflict defender. Good. That's nice. Nice and easy. All right. So I'm going to draw a play. This is the basic run and shoot play. And it's going to be versus cover 3. And I want you to break it down after I do, and I'm going to erase it and do the whole thing. Okay, so one of the very first plays that I ever learned from Mouse and June and Coach Davis is rip 60, Z go, right? So versus cover 3, let's put the defense up. Corner, let's go strong. Linebacker. Corner, safety, right? Okay, so he's got thirds. Oops. He's got flats. That. Boom, right? Actually, he would have flats. Okay, so rip 60, Z go. Z has a mandatory outside release, right? So he, no matter what, he can't dip inside. He can't go inside. He has the MOR, mandatory outside release. We want that corner to turn and run with him, right? Next, we got our seam read, okay? So he's going to widen out with the flat defender, and he wants to get right in this space here, right? Boom. And then the Y has the speed out, correct? Okay? So just like you were just showing me on cover 3, on that side with the flat defender in conflict, the guy over here, this is my guy that's in conflict, right? If he runs to the flat right away, dude, I'm pumping the seam right away, right? What kind of throw do I have to put on this? 1, 2, or 3?
A 1.
Right, because why? Safety, middle of the field, right? If I put some air on it, he's just going to go run over there and get it, right? I want to pump that in right behind the linebackers and right before that safety so he can get it and run, okay? If this guy wants to carry and go with him, boom, I'm pumping this right away, okay? What happens on the snap of the play if this guy drops and this guy runs with the safety?
It's Z.
Boom, I'm hitting the MOR, right? Yeah, always. I'm taking touchdowns, right? Good. Good stuff. All right. Good. So now that we have that, go ahead. Rip 60, Z go.
The Z has the MOR.
Right.
H got the seam read.
What does MOR mean?
Mandatory.
Outside release, right? He has to go outside, right? Good.
Got the option routes.
Yep,
right
got
here.
the seam read.
And then the speed out.
When would he be making his breaks if he was?
Clear the undercoverage.
Yeah, right. So as soon as he clears that guy, now he's going to start bending or sitting, right? And you're going to place him with the ball. Good. Good stuff, right? And that's just a simple run and shoot concept that what does it end up really looking like here if this guy sits down? Just like a curl flat concept, right? It's the same thing. Now, if we had cover 2, say we have 2 safeties here, this guy's not here, and the free's over here. Now what's this guy thinking?
Gonna snap it.
Oh, yeah. So he wants to cross this dude's face, and he's looking for this zone right here, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so you're, with your eyes, what are you going to do with this guy? Yep, absolutely. So we want to check here, and then boom, come right back to it, right? And that's just a little chalk talk there, Donnie. Great stuff, man. Thank you for having me here and talking some football. I always love it.
Gotcha.
Thank you.